Hey YouTube, this is Andy, the Midwest Madman, coming at you. Welcome back to Malicious Metalics. Yes, I know it has been a very long time since I posted a video. We've been going through some growing pains here on our channel, and, well, you know, life happens. Our regular cameraman has got himself a new job that is paying him really good, but it's got him busy 6 days a week. So I had to take a little time, figure out how to do what he was doing. That way we could keep making content and providing it to you. So again, sorry for the delay. Just been a few change-ups and we're working on getting things lined back out. Update on the cart, since I know that's what you guys are here for. We got it assembled by my birthday, like I wanted 2 weeks ago. I did not, however, get to ride it, because the carburetor that was on there, the linkages on it were all mangled, is the nicest word I could use. We found out that because of the fact that on this particular engine, the governor arm is a non-bypassable component for that carburetor, that we couldn't even try to bypass it and still make this thing run. At least not with the stock carburetor. Unfortunately, the stock carburetor was too severely damaged to be able to be reused. In fact, when the carburetor was supposed to be sitting at rest, it was actually sitting at wide open throttle, which we discovered the hard way when one of my friends helped me start it up, and it immediately ran into the garage door. Oops. So we replaced that carburetor. We currently have the engine all tore apart here. Got the carburetor off. I'm going to be deleting the governor completely. Was taking off the drive pulley for the CV, and unfortunately I cracked the backing plate. So now I got to try to get that completely off so that I can order a new one. But we've got it all drained of oil. It's ready to go. It's just a matter of getting that plate off. I left it soaked last night with some PB Blaster, so hopefully I can throw a set of a 3-jaw puller on there and just pop her right off today. Hopefully. If not, well, I got the propane torch. We are going to be pulling the tank back off as well. I want to go ahead and make sure that my petcock valve is good, make sure I don't have any sediment or anything in the fuel. I might even be upgrading this petcock valve, because when I ordered them, the description was a little misleading and didn't give me direct sizes. So this has only got like a 3/16 output on it, and of course, you know, the carburetor needs much more than that. So I'm probably going to have to look into retapping and redrilling the intake, or the CV, or not CV, the petcock valve, to allow me to get more fuel flow through it. This is the new carburetor. Picked this up off of Amazon. It's a 38mm slide carb. I am building a new intake manifold for it, because unfortunately, being a Briggs, yeah, I can't find one for it. So we're going to be working on that. I've got it mostly made. I just got to finish cutting out the tab, polish it up, smooth it out, finish sanding the bottom smooth, clean up the outside, and it'll be ready to go on. Haven't decided if I'm going to put a tap in it for the vent gas, or if I'm just going to put a breather on the vent and tie it off to the side somewhere. Unfortunately, I am going to have to tear the wiring back out of the cart. I was trying to do it in a hurry, Never a good idea. And apparently I either didn't get a good connection somewhere, I don't have a good ground somewhere, whatever the case may be. The wiring and everything comes on, and the engine will spin over just fine. I'll show you guys the arm of the system. Oh, great. The light don't want to come on. I probably got disconnected. I had it all wired up, but my charging system's not charging properly. So I gotta go through and recheck that. You know, I didn't obey the cardinal rule. Cardinal rule is you test each circuit as you make it. And I didn't do that. I built the whole thing, wired it all up, slapped the battery in it, hooked the battery up, and said it was good to go. So I might have loose connections, I might have bad grounds, I might have something wired backwards. So I've got to go back through and do it the proper way. All of this has, of course, resulted in further delays of getting to enjoy this beast. I did manage to take it for one short test spin, and that was when I determined that the carburetor, even after replacing it with a stock replacement, was not going to work for me. So I got a new carburetor, new mount boot, I'm building the new intake manifold, got a new air filter for it, new throttle cable, got a new set of cable stops that have the offset Z to them so that I can use it in the place of the cable that's on here to connect to the throttle bar. And yeah, so what I'm going to be working on today is getting this pulley, or the remainder of this torque converter, off of the engine, hopefully before it gets too hot. We're pushing 90s here, and even with my air conditioning, my shop still gets hot because it's an old shop and it's not insulated, so the AC kind of leaks out everywhere. And it's got a steel roof now, so when the sun gets past the trees and starts hitting that roof, this thing turns into an oven. But, you know, you work with what you got, right? I will be either improving it more throughout the rest of the summer and the winter, or adapting and overcoming with what I got. Probably adapting and overcoming. After all, when you're on a budget, that's the only thing you can do. So, yeah, today we're going to get the rest of this CV off if we can. We're going to, if we can get it off of there, we may even go ahead and crack the case so we can start the delete of the governor, because the new torque or the new carburetor doesn't require the governor arm, and I don't want to just tie it off somewhere. I want it out of there so I ain't got to worry about it. And then once we get that off, I can verify the shaft size on the engine so I can order my new drive pulley, get that ordered. Unfortunately, near as I could tell, I can't find any identifying marks on either the driven or the driver, so I had to go based off of appearance, and as near as I can tell, this is a 500 series based off the old Salisbury torque converters. And a new driven pulley for that's going to run me a little over $200 plus shipping. So if it had been a little bit cheaper, that would have been nicer. Because of the cost, I did actually consider removing the current drive line and replacing it with a FNR transmission and a 40 series torque converter, or even a 30 series, probably a 40 series. But sorry, camera got bumped. So yeah, right now everything hinges on getting that bust the torque converter off there so we can proceed to open up the crankcase, delete the governor, reassemble the crankcase, get the new ordered driven pulley in, which should be the correct one. Slide it on there, get it bolted down, get it all nice and ready to run again. Go through the tank, maybe order a larger diameter output petcock valve, and get this thing cabled up with the new carb and I haven't decided if I'm going to try to keep the remote choke or if I'm going to have to figure out a different way to run the choke. I kind of like having the remote choke, but it didn't work very well with the stock carburetor. There were too many bends in the line and it was causing it to bind. I fixed it somewhat by applying a bunch of springs to help with the return, but unfortunately that carburetor don't work, and the new carburetor has a different style choke on it. So the current choke cable won't work for me, which means I either got to pull it out and weld the hole in, or pull it out and stick me something else in its place. We'll see what happens. Might even just get like some random thing to put in there. Who knows? That said, like I said, heat's getting ready to start hitting. As we get closer to the afternoon here, the sun's going to start moving further into the back half of the property and heating up the shop. So I'm going to get off here and get started. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. By all means, share us everywhere. Your support helps keep the channel going. And, well, I have big plans and big dreams. So, share, share, share. Till next time, y'all stay safe, keep the sunny side up, and I'll catch you on the trail, hopefully.